Hi everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie. Welcome back to my channel. So the rest of this month and into next month, I will be doing a little collaboration with my sister, and she is Pam at Nana's Crafting Cottage. So basically what we're doing is a little collaboration together. We've come up with projects that we are going to do our own take on them. So basically on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will do my projects that we have chosen. And on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, you will see her projects. So hopefully you'll come join along with us and try some of these projects. We're just kind of doing this little collaboration as a fun thing to do and doing our own take on them. So today I'm going to be doing, and she will be doing tomorrow, a CD envelope. Now my CD envelope is in my Hannah journal. So if you've seen my Hannah journal series, you will see that I have some CD envelopes in here. And I did one off camera. So I made this a top loading. And I just basically covered the CD front envelope, covered the back. This will be for journaling as well. And then I made this scripture card that has this scripture on it, and this goes inside the pocket. So I'm going to do another one in my journal. So back here, I have another pocket. So we're just going to begin. So basically what I do is I will lay my paper on here and use my pencil and mark a piece of paper that I will cut a circle out of. And what I'm using are these nesting dies. And if I use this, almost this largest one, it is perfectly over the top. So I'm going to trim this, cut this piece of paper, and then I will do a die cut. So this is the paper I'm using. I think it's really pretty. So I'll put this on the back and this on the front. And now I'm going to just kind of center this and give me some places to trim off and stuff after I do the die cut. So I'm going to do the die cut. All right, I have my piece die cut, and you can save this for something else. And then I just lay it on here and determine where I want to make my final trimming. So I'll just line this up, and I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to cut it here, and then here I'm going to just cut this white piece off. So let's go ahead and trim this down. And we'll do this side. I think I lost my place where I decided I wanted to cut it. So let's see. Let me remark it. I think I cut it off when I cut off the white piece first. Oh, well. Let's do that again. So I'm going to do it right about here. Okay, so let's cut this piece off. All right, so now we have our front piece. So that go over there nicely. I'm going to do this one as a side pocket. So the pockets normally are here, and they're very hard to get into. So I'm going to seal that up, and I'm going to trim off a little bit on this edge and make this into a side pocket. just a sliver. Doesn't need a whole lot. So now I have a side pocket here, right there. Okay, so this is going to go here, and then I'm going to use the same paper for the back. So let me just trim off this white piece here. And then let's lay this here and trying to get it straight. So I'm going to cut it down here and here. Okay, so let's trim that. That'll be for our back piece. All right, so that will go there, and then that will seal up this edge of where that normal pocket is. So there's that. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and cut my pieces for my scripture card. So I have some cardstock here, ticking fabric. So I want to cut a piece that is 4 1/2. Is that about right? No, 4 3/4 by 4 3/8. 4 3/8. 3/8. Trim off the white. I tried doing borderless printing on my printer, but I haven't mastered it yet. Keep working at it. I know it's a setting, and I've done the setting, and yeah, and then it doesn't work. Okay, and then 4 3/4, I think is what I said. So let's see. Let's see how this goes in. A little tight. Let me just take a little smidge off of the one side, the top. And hopefully that goes in much easier. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we've got that cut. And yeah, so that's all I need the trimmer for. And then I do want to, I'm going to use this prayer card. So I'm going to trim that down, excuse me. And I'm also going to cut a tab. So I'm just going to fold this over. I'm using this tab punch. One of my favorites. I love this. And punch that. Okay. Now we can do some inking and then some gluing and get things put in place. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is ink my envelope. So let me get my little ink paper sheet using Vintage Photo. Just ink around the edges, both sides, front and back. And then I'm going to try and get some right in here too, like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Just so it doesn't look stark white. If you like the white, then you can leave it. If you don't like to do the inking, that's totally fine. And add some down here. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's ink our pieces. So this piece is going to go on the front of our window. And if you don't have any circle dies, surely you could collage and do it that way, or you could measure the circumference of the circle and cut your own, trace your own circle and cut it out yourself. Or, you know, the nesting dies aren't that too expensive. So if you can swing one of those, it's nice to have the set of the nesting dies of circles, especially if you're going to use them quite a bit. And off and on I do. And other things I use a punch on, but I don't have punches that are this size, so it's pretty large. Okay. And let's go ahead. I think I want to round the corners on this one. So let's do that. Make it a little different. Okay, and I'll ink this up. You can always put something on the back, or I think this is going to be perfect to add some journaling to as I'm going through my Hannah study. And I'll be beginning in July. And that's what I made this journal for. So if you haven't seen the little series on the making of this journal, I will link it below, and you can take a look at that if you'd like. So I'm going to trim this out. I'm going to cut this. So I'm just cutting this scroll out, just giving it the shape. And then that way it'll fit on the card, and you'll still have a little bit of a border of the ticking fabric paper. And this fits better on the sheet too. And I like things that are just kind of cut out and put on something different. It just, I don't know, it just adds something to the project. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and then we're going to start gluing and put this together. It doesn't take too awful long. Of course, if you wanted to make a different kind of a card, which is collaged or something else on there, then, you know, it might take a little bit longer, but it's usually a pretty quick project. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to glue this on here. I'm using art glitter glue for that. So get this all glued on. And I'm just centering it the best I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the tab on, which is going to be out the side. You can add an eyelet to this if you want to. You could add a little dangle if you wanted to. It's entirely up to whatever you want to do. And of course, yours doesn't have to be a prayer card or a scripture card. It could be something completely different. It's entirely what you want to do. And then I'm just going to put the glue on this piece, staying away from the acetate as much as I can. And getting this centered on here. And pressing that down. So there's that. And then we'll take this piece. Oh, I forgot to ink it up. Get this one inked. I think this paper is really pretty. And you can add other decorations to this if you want to. Surely you can add some additional butterflies, or, you know, anything else that you want to add to the outside of the project, front or back. So that's going to go right there. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of glue down here. Oops, I want to put it on that. Under here, just to seal this up. And then we'll glue this piece on, and hopefully that will seal up that bottom where the normal pocket is, so that we have just the side pocket. Okay, so let me move this over just a little bit. Okay. And then we can add our scripture card. And rounding the corners helps it to go in a lot easier as well. And the tab peeks out. So that is my project for the CD envelope. I'm hoping you guys will give it a try. A lot of fun to do and super easy. Even if it's in a book, a journal, or if it's by itself, you're still able to do it. And I wanted to do this in this because I had some additional projects I wanted to do on this that we had, my sister and I, we had decided, okay, let's do these, and that's going to finish up my Hannah devotional. And then we're moving on to, I'll be doing other styles of projects like I normally do on my channel. All right, guys, so that's the project for today. And I hope you go over tomorrow and check out Pam at Nana's Crafting Cottage and see what she does. And we'll see you guys at the next video. So I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll be doing another project. She'll be back on Thursday. You guys have a great day. God bless you all. And we'll see you next video. Bye.